Did you know your brain could be starving right now? Even if you're eating plenty of food, your brain might not be getting the right fuel it needs to thrive. And here's the shocking truth: when your brain can't process fuel properly, it starts to break down. That's when memory fades, focus slips, and eventually the risk of diseases like dementia skyrockets. But you have the power to do something about this starting today. And it all begins with what's on your plate. Let's talk about why this is so important. Right now, 1 in 9 people over 65 has Alzheimer's, which is the most common form of dementia. By 2050, Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia could affect over 150 million people globally. That's like losing the entire population of Japan just to cognitive decline. And here's what's really scary: long before symptoms even show up, your brain might already be under attack. Things like plaques form, inflammation builds, and connections between brain cells begin to break down. While your genes can play a role if you have a family history of dementia, diet plays a massive part in how well your brain ages. But here's a mind-blowing fact: people who follow certain diets, like the Mediterranean or the Mind diets, have brains that function as if they were 7 years younger. Just think about that. You could gain nearly a decade of mental clarity just by making smarter food choices. See, your brain is like a powerhouse, burning through 20% of your daily energy needs, and its favorite fuel, glucose, a simple sugar your body breaks down from carbs. But here's the problem: when your brain becomes less effective at using glucose, often due to poor diet or insulin resistance, it starts to starve. Some researchers even call the most common form of dementia, Alzheimer's disease, type 3 diabetes, because of how closely it's tied to glucose processing. Imagine trying to run your car on bad fuel. You wouldn't get very far. Well, that's what your brain feels like when it's not properly fueled. Take Japan, for instance. Their rates of Alzheimer's have historically been lower, partly because of their high omega-3 diets, rich in fish, seaweed, and plant-based foods. Compare that to Western diets filled with processed sugars and unhealthy fats, and you can see why brain health is declining in certain regions around the world. So what should you eat to keep your brain sharp? Well, researchers point to 3 powerful diets: Mediterranean, DASH, and Mind diets. First, the Mediterranean diet. This diet is a superstar for brain health, packed with olive oil, fish, nuts, whole grains, and leafy greens. People who follow it have up to a 40% lower risk of developing dementia. Next, the DASH diet, which was originally designed to lower blood pressure. DASH emphasizes the consumption of fruit, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains, and studies show it also reduces brain inflammation. And then there's the Mind diet, a hybrid of the two. The Mind diet is specifically crafted to protect the brain. One study found that people who followed it had 53% lower rates of Alzheimer's compared to those who didn't. What's really fascinating, though, is that you don't have to follow these diets perfectly in order to see benefits. Even moderate adherence to the Mind diet can lead to better brain health over a longer time. So let's dive into the best brain-boosting foods. Berries are rich in antioxidants. They fight inflammation and protect your neurons. Leafy greens. A Harvard study found that eating just 1 serving a day can slow cognitive decline by 11 years. Fatty fish is loaded with omega-3s that help build brain cell membranes. Nuts and seeds are high in healthy fats and vitamin E, both critical for brain health. And don't forget olive oil, one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory foods out there. And here's a simple trick to help you incorporate healthy foods into your diet. Simply swap out your usual snacks for a handful of nuts. Studies show that even small dietary tweaks can have big brain benefits over time. You see, it's now beyond doubt that food acts like medicine for your brain. For example, diets high in processed sugars and unhealthy fats increase inflammation, which accelerates brain aging. But diets rich in antioxidants and healthy fats can actually protect your neurons from damage. So imagine how much sharper you'd feel with just one small addition to your daily routine. Eating a more healthy diet is like giving your brain a protective shield against decline. Right now, knowing that healthy foods boost your brain health and unhealthy foods hurt your brain, you have a choice to make. You can let poor habits slowly chip away at your brain, or you can start fueling it properly, giving it the tools it needs to thrive. Small changes lead to big results. And it's not about following a perfect diet, it's about progress, not perfection. Your brain is your most valuable asset. Protect it, fuel it, and it will reward you with sharper thinking, better memory, and a healthier, longer life. Well, if you found this helpful, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share with somebody you care about. Until next time.